Testing. There we go.
Welcome to the 2026 Cherry Blossom Draw 2. We have 4 great games for you tonight. We're going to be broadcasting on 2 separate channels. One channel shows sheets A and D, and the other channel shows sheet B and C. And we're going to focus our commentary on sheets B and C.
You get the same audio regardless of which stream you listen to, but we will be focusing on sheets B and C.
But if you're following someone who's playing on sheet A or D, don't worry about it. We'll try to bring updates, and of course we're going to update the scores as they hang them or as they're clear.
All right, so in our feature game on sheet B, we have Mount Fu-Dei against Yinzilla. Mount Fu-Dei is from Potomac, and Yinzilla is from Pittsburgh. And then on sheet D, we have the Kanji Curling Crew versus Masahiro Ito's Greatest Fan Club. So for those people who do not know, the Cherry Blossom is named after the Cherry Tree Festival here in the Washington metro area. And every year it generally has a Japanese theme. This year the theme is Godzilla. And so a lot of the teams have Godzilla themes or disaster themes and that kind of thing. So it's just a little way to have fun with the game. So the teams are warming up right now. They're going to flip to see who throws first and get a color of choice for the stones. Our club, we have yellow and red on every sheet. And once they flip, we'll get everything straightened out about which team is which. So. Looks like on sheet D, the Team D'Amico is yellow on sheet D. Yeah.
And on sheet C, the Masahiro team is Yellow Rocks. And Kaiju is red. On sheet B,
Mount Fuji is red. We're right so far. And then on sheet A, the non-Navy team, the team from Triangle, is throwing red.
yellow.
So that one needs to be reversed. Sheet A.
And I think by now all the colors are correct on your screen. On sheet B, we have Jackie as the lead, throwing a takeout on that rock that Yinzilla put in the house.
Now you see it did roll out, but it's all right. The both teams will kind of they'll try to work this first in, just get a feel for the ice. The ice here tends to be fairly keen compared to a lot of clubs, especially clubs south of us. So a lot of these teams will spend the first couple of ends here just trying to figure the ice out and really get into it.
On sheet C, a very nice curl around that guard to put the yellow. I think it's a biter. No, it's not the biter. It's pretty close there. A good guard on sheet B now?
Or it's in the house. Slipped into the house, so once again, Josh is going to ask Jackie to hit it out, flop over to the side of the sheet, see if she can keep it in play.
I'm Enrique Campanich. John Hale's here with me, and in the controls here, and sometimes speaking, we have Mike Steele.
Hi, everybody. This is the first day of the Cherry Blossom, second draw. We have 6 draws tomorrow, 2 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, and 2 in the evening. Full day here.
So Jackie did get that hit on that rock that was in the top of the 12 and flopped over. But Yinzilla's going to go after it.
Yeah, Don's first rock. He's going to try to go after that red. Take out weight. Gonna try to hit a little bit on the inside and roll to the middle, I think.
Man,
Over curled.
Over curled, he flashed. This was talking about, the ice is a little different at every club. This is the first end, and so you're asking teams a lot to hit open zones in the first end. But,
And some of these people have never played here.
Yeah. All right.
And I didn't watch the early games. Did you get a sense of how the ice was tonight? Is it fast? Is it curly?
The ice looked pretty keen, pretty fast, and very swingy.
Very swingy
They
tonight.
were getting like 6 to 8 feet of curl.
Oh,
so.
wow.
Oh wow, that's a lot for our club. I last played on Sunday. We did not get that much curl on Sunday,
Yeah, we didn't get.
but they've done.
I played against Josh D's team on Monday on a makeup game for my Thursday league. Well, they destroyed us, but
Of course,
aside from that,
as they do. Who here hasn't been destroyed by Josh's team?
yeah, one side of the sheet was curling a lot more than the other, and I'm not going to tell you yet which one.
I'm sure he knows.
So Freya, who is the ringer that they brought in to replace Connor, who decided to, I don't know, go on vacation to Europe or something. So Freya's first shot, she split the house. So Josh is sitting very good to get his deuce here in the first end, which is perfect.
Is that rock in the house? It looks like it is. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a
I think
biter.
it is, yeah.
It's a biter.
Yeah. So now he's going to ask Freya to throw to the other side, continue to keep the house split.
Right there, it's a biter. Hey, we have a telestrator working.
So Enrique and Michael joked about Josh beating everybody in the club, but this team, Josh's team, Josh, Leena, Jackie Sharp, and Connor, who's their traditional fourth. This team has won a lot of events this year.
They certainly have.
They won the Kaiser.
And then
Josh separately won an event in the
Dykes
5 and under.
Yes,
So
I was at that.
yeah, this is a very good 5 and under team.
And Jackie and Leena won the Childs down at Triangle the same weekend. So some combination of people from this team have won every major GNCC tournament for 5 and unders this year. And we have all the trophies sitting here in our warm room behind us.
Connor is out, so they got Freya Stilp to spare with him this weekend, and she is probably the best junior we have in the curling club.
Yeah, she is.
I mean, she plays in the competitive league with the men, so yeah.
Well,
and her youth team has done very well this year also.
Yeah, Wenjun sent a very nice rock. It's almost a frozen rock, but Josh is going to try to hit that and take it out, either to stay or just get the double with his in the back, the yellow in the front, and stay with the rock that.
Try to keep the shooter to stay and then lose the rest of the other two.
Right, or just go really far, but then you lose the shooter, so it doesn't make a difference.
The shooter,
they got the takeout with the shooter going out too.
All right.
My headphones are really loud. Are yours very loud too?
No.
No?
You sound fine to me, but my hearing's not great, so I need them loud.
Yeah, you sound good to me. All right. Yinzilla's throwing down. They're going to try to freeze to that stone again. It's going to come up short and be a corner guard. Probably not the best option for what they wanted. They're just asking Josh to draw back down underneath it. So Josh is asking Leena to put another one in. It'll be counting 3. This is one of those situations where you make a small mistake and they'll make you pay for it.
Sweeping hard to get that one down there.
Here comes the rest at a good spot.
It's behind the guard. It's probably visible from down here at the hack, though.
It is. It's
you can
much
get
edge
to it.
edge. You can get
But
to
I think it's a jam into the back one.
It is. You'd have to hit it from the right side.
And over on sheet C, the Kanji curling crew, they're in a little bit of a pickle right now.
In the pink shirts, also a Potomac team.
They're playing Scott Dunnam and his team from Philadelphia, and Scott might as well be a Potomac team, and he plays here enough with his brother. And of course, mom and dad are on sheet D, so it's a Dunnam affair on C and D.
Plus Andy is playing, I think, tomorrow morning.
This is Skip's first stone here from Yinzilla.
What are they
Looks to
trying
be
to do
light.
there?
They're trying to draw down on the top red. Looks to be light. It's going to be another corner
The intent
guard.
was probably to draw behind the red, but that did not work as they wanted.
So Josh did not hesitate, put the broom down, and slid down right away. So he's going to try to draw to the other side of the house and have two on each side. Force Yinzilla to try to hide one at the very last shot.
Over on sheet C, Kaiju did get one of their stones in the house. It looks like it's out counting the first yellow, but not the second in the back.
But it is
But
wide open.
it's wide open for the hit, and that's what they're lining up the broom to do.
Now, two of these guys on sheet C were just playing nationals a few weeks ago.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's Scott. He's the skip for the team.
And Cody. Cody, who's in the green shirt there.
And you can see the sweeping technique is a little bit different from what we normally see at clubs. They sweep a lot harder and get a lot more of the effect that they want to put in the rock.
Well, he got the hit, but on sheet C, but it jammed on his back one and knocked the yellow out the back.
So the red is still
red
in
is
the
still
house,
out
and
counting.
yeah.
And his shooter did not stick around. So
on sheet B, Josh's draw did come to rest in the back of the house, so he's sitting 4. Yinzilla needs to find a place to hide a rock right now.
this is their last stone, but they do not have hammer. Josh and Mount Fu-Dei have hammer.
So Zach's going to try the outturn draw about T-line weight. Try to hide behind all those rocks on the left side.
Yep. I mean, standing behind him, it looks like a lot of ice. He's a little tight on the broom, it looks like, but it's all going to come down to weight. Looks
And
like
on
he's
sheet
light.
C, Dan Kennedy set his last rock.
Although he also does not have hammer.
And he's trying to block the draw path there, but
It's over curling for
Yeah,
him. That's not going to be
overcurled by a
helpful.
lot.
That's going to go all the way to the center line. So there's still the path there available.
Yinzilla drew down on that red stone, which leaves Josh Day sitting at 3 right now. He does outcount that front biter. So he's just going to do a straight draw for his 4.
just
gotta
get
be
the weight right, and he gets 4.
Just got to be full 8 foot. Over on sheet C, Scott actually has to do a pretty difficult shot here.
He's going to come around the left side of all those guards.
Yeah, because he's trying to score 2 here,
Yeah.
so he's trying to
He's got to
get a soft hit on that red.
He's got to tap that red out.
And if he's narrow, then that he can promote the yellow. But he's around it.
Is it going to hit with enough to get 2? No, it looks like he's going to get 1.
But it was a good attempt. Hard to trust the outside of the sheet early on. You don't know what it's going to do. You haven't played much there.
So Josh's draw did not come to land in the 8-foot, so he ends up taking 3. We'll give an update on the other 2 sheets as they start to rack their stones.
Over on sheet D, the Adams family just scored. I think they scored 2, it looked like, before they cleared the rocks. I'll go ahead and give them a 2 on our scoreboard, and if they hang something different, I'll fix it later.
And on sheet A, Mecha Godzilla sending their last rock, which is not the hammer. That's Logan trying to hit there.
They did hang 2 over there, by the way.
And it's
nice
effective.
Hit.
So now Logan's team is sitting 4 on sheet A.
But yellow has hammer at the last rock coming up. They just need to draw somewhere into the middle of that. Looks like full 8-foot would be enough to somehow get a 1 out of this.
A little bit of backing there.
So the curlers on sheet A are a group of Navy curlers from the U.S. Naval Academy here in Annapolis, Maryland.
They practice here at our club on Saturday afternoons.
They practice at our club 1 day a week. So
they've had the program here for about 3 years now, I think. And they've had some success going to Bonspiels as a team. They've gone to college tournament Bonspiels. They went to an all-military Bonspiel at one point, either last fall or last spring. They've done their program's done very well here at Potomac.
They have to sweep that hard to get it into the house. They just stopped now.
Is it going to get there?
And
it's there.
Enough to get the point.
Oh, is he going to get the button?
That's a nice draw.
That's a very nice draw for 1 point. For Mothra ate my curling sweater.
That's a clutch draw right there when you're drawing against 4 in the first end.
Back to sheet B. Josh's team a little bit heavy on the draw behind cover, but the good thing is it's behind cover.
Yeah, slipped a little bit behind T-line.
Jackie's first shot was just off the center line. We are playing the no-tick rule in this Bonspiel, and for those people who do not know, that means that for the first 5 stones, if your opponent's stone is on the center line of the sheet, you cannot displace it unless it's in the house. So
Winnie's shot, Zach called Winnie's shot to be a guard, and it looks like it is. Not going for that rock in the house yet.
It's a good thing. I mean, it's the right call. You know, if you want to set up some good offense, you put up a corner guard.
Yeah, and you have 2 ways to get to that red, right? Josh is going to try to put another one in.
Over on sheet C, both leads are done throwing, so if this was TSN, we'd be coming back from advertisements now. There's 3 rocks in the house already, only 1 guard out there for Kaiju. Also tried to get a center guard. It's just an inch off the center line.
Mr. Steele's joke is that whenever curling games are publicly televised, you never get to see the front ends.
They always cut away for the ad break when the leads are throwing.
That rock over curls a little bit. It's going to be a slight tap on the guard that they already had, so it's a double guard there.
Which 2 guards, if you're trying to steal, 2 guards not a bad option, although they are lined up pretty close to being a straight run back.
Zach trying to draw into the house in front of that red rock.
Since the red rock is behind the tee line, that is a good option. Looks to be a little wide, maybe
a little heavy too.
Although they're sweeping it.
It's not heavy.
They're sweeping, trying to curl it.
So It was good weight, just
It's
a
going
little
to get down to there to touch the button.
It is the
Just
shot
stayed
rock,
wide.
but it's wide open for hit and roll.
Speaking
Freya.
of sheet C, very nice hit, just barely around the guard, takes out one of the yellows, but the shooter rolls too far for Kaiju Curling Crew, and their shooter's now well exposed over on the left side for the hit.
Freya's shot coming in on sheet B, trying to hit and roll. Hit at yellow and roll behind.
She's going to hit. Might roll out, though.
But it's going to roll through
Roll open.
and open on the
Yeah, it
other
rolls
side.
a little too far also.
John, would you go for the double there, the flat double?
If I've got hammer, no. I mean, he's going to, as what he just called. But if I got hammer, I'm worried about.
You would draw
I'm
into the
worried
middle
about-
one.
I would either start clearing the top out, or try to draw in
Yeah,
behind my
the
corner
clearing
guard.
now I think is a bit late because those two are so close to each other. That's really hard to get both of them.
Even if you did get the flat double, your shooter's likely to be sitting exposed.
Right, so
It's
it's
a
better.
little wide.
So he might get the outside one and just stay there. Or
It's
even
gonna
roll out.
Yeah. Oh, no, it's going to stick.
Right on the nose,
Okay.
almost nose. Now Josh is calling the hit and roll to the middle.
he's
I
gonna
would
go
call
for the
the
hit and
hit
roll.
and the roll to the outside. Because there's a good chance that the hit and roll to the middle is going to tap the other one and leave both exposed. And an open double.
Leena
Leena's
looks like
shot.
She flipped it out just
There's a
little bit.
legend at Potomac Curling Club that there is no night that Leena doesn't play.
I think she plays.
We-
She doesn't play on any. She doesn't play on any night that doesn't end in wide. So
Well, there's no league on Saturday nights, so she gets one night off.
That's when she practices. And she's very active in the ice crew. Yeah, that's a bit too far. Zach's looking at that and like, do I go for this double? But it's a really hard double.
no, but that's kind of where you wanted it to go. Just flop out a little.
Yeah,
It did
flop
roll out
out.
to the side.
Right,
It makes
right.
makes a hard choice. He's
So he's just
just
going
going
to
to draw
down
into
on-
try and
draw down
freeze.
on- I mean, the shot stone is behind the tee. If you can freeze down on there, you're at least guaranteed you're one at that point.
Right, and if it's a slight angle freeze, you can come again and hit that. And then you have two. Ooh,
Their
that's
sweepers are on
that's
it
pretty
hard.
narrow there. Got to make sure that it doesn't hit those guards.
He's by the guards.
Is this the weight right? No.
No.
Oh, he
just
got the
tipped
rub
it.
on the back guard. Just freeze in the middle.
They can still get it. They still got it to the.
Oh, it's still a good result.
Yeah.
Yeah, not quite a freeze, but only about 2 or 3 inches apart.
Josh calling hack weight here. Trying to hit that rock on the inside.
I would.
Meanwhile, on sheet
I would come
C,
down with a lot of weight and lose both of
You
them.
scored 3, right? He scored 3.
he scored
so
3 in the first end.
He's not too worried about giving up one, but
I would come down with a lot of weight and lose both of them, and have your shooter flop to the left.
Sheet C, Kaiju Curling Crew's red rock is nicely sandwiched between 2 yellows. Here comes the next yellow rock.
but Cody's rock is coming and trying to hit that front yellow and try to take
He's
that red.
trying to pop it out to the side.
Yep. At least pop it to the side, if not out completely. It's not heavy.
No, it's not. It's not really control weight. It's like a backline weight.
So now yellow has 2 rocks scoring there.
Yeah, they're out counting that red rock. Looks like both those yellows are out
On
counting
B,
it.
what happened, Josh?
Leena's shot was just a little wide. She's got that scrunchy face. She's not very happy with it. Her shot was a little wide. She ended up tapping the yellow, getting
And rolling
separation
out.
between the yellow and the red, and her shot rolled out. So at this point, Zach's going to try to put a stone up in the top of the house. You don't necessarily want it to be second shot right now, but you do want to cover up the shot stone.
Guard there or a biter at the top.
Yeah,
Top 12 still okay.
I like the biter top 12.
It's not curling much. Winnie's sweeping hard to try to curl.
She
it's
needs
gonna
to-
hook
she's
at the
sweeping
end,
for
but-
weight too.
No,
It's not coming as far as they wanted.
This team is using 2 sweepers when they're sweeping for weight.
Okay.
She was sweeping very hard, but I think she wanted the curl.
Well, she got the cover. I mean, there's a port there, but I don't think Josh is going to do that.
He's going to go for the tap, promote, takeout.
Yeah. Sheet C, the rocks continue to pile up on the backside of the house.
Very busy house there in Sheet C.
They threw a lightweight hit and tapped one of those yellows back about 2 feet. Yellow's still sitting 1.
Well, and honestly, if you want to beat Scott, that's what you have to do. You have to play a cluttered house.
Yeah, Scott's team is a very good hitting team.
Right.
So if you leave anything open, he's going to hit it, and he's going to roll behind.
All right, Josh is coming down with his first shot. This is normal weight. They're sweeping. Looks like he's going to over curl. Don't think he's going to get the run back.
But he's rolling into the house.
Oh, he is. Look at that.
For shot. And frozen.
That's dirty. That's dirty.
Do you get the shots that you didn't call?
Leena, everybody on the team has a grimace.
Let's point at him.
Even Josh has a face like, I didn't mean to do that. That was lucky.
So now they're in trouble.
Yeah. I mean, unfortunately, that's part of curling is that kind of,
Well, they're the shots that you didn't plan to make, and they're the shots that your opponent makes for you, right?
Speaking of in trouble on Sheet C, there are suddenly no red rocks in the house anymore.
Yeah, that's what happens when you play against a team that hits well. All of a sudden,
all the yellows are still there. All the reds went away.
Although there is a nice pocket there, and so, Allen's calling a bumper hit. You hit the yellow, flop over. Yep, you hit flop over in that little pocket right there. They might survive.
And Den's a player who has very good hits. He can get the line very precisely, which is important when you're trying to do a hit.
It's an interesting team dynamic this year.
Usually Allen was the skip,
Allen's
right?
the skip. Dan throws vice, but Dan dorked his knee up really bad, so
he can't
really sweep right now. So he's skipping, and they're kind of flip duties. But
Zach's rock coming in nicely, like a little bit heavy, but maybe he can move that red out.
He can afford to be a little heavy. Oh, he doesn't really move the red much, but the red moves his yellow back a little.
Can we tell whose shot?
Looks
Not
like
from the above camera.
It looks like red to me, but Leena took a good look at it.
Yep, they're calling a guard, so they obviously think it's them.
Sheet C?
Yeah, they got the hit. They got to take out the one in the middle, but they're way open there.
Open. It did not flop over. They needed it. They really needed it to flop over. So this is Josh's last shot on sheet B. Just to call as a guard.
Is he calling a draw in there? Yeah, it's a draw. Leena had the broom in a position that it wasn't clear if it would be a draw. It's about 4 feet, so I guess he's trying a draw. Or a guard.
Well, a slightly heavy draw might even chip that
just to
yellow off to the side.
It's over curling.
It's going to hit the red. Or it's just going to be a guard. It's not there yet.
They're bringing it in.
They're trying to freeze there, and they're going to get the freeze.
They hit it a little too hard.
Yeah, now there's no doubt that yellow is the closest, but I don't think there's any other way for yellow to get 2 here. You take your 1 and run?
Yeah,
or
he's looking at it, but the call is throw it away. I would throw this away.
Take your 1 and run.
Yeah, take your 1 and run.
If you're watching sheets A and D, sheet D has the Hammerstone coming up right now. Team D'Amico is throwing it, and they're throwing against 2 red rocks. They just need to draw. They've got some backing.
On sheet A, the Navy just threw their last shot.
They are shot right now, but
tapped
all
in.
the way open
Yeah.
there.
It's open, and
I think they have
On
one
sheet
more.
B,
I think red has 2 stones left on sheet A.
on sheet B, they did what John
Oh, yeah.
said. You throw it away and you take your 1.
Sheet C, Hammer Rock coming for Dan Kennedy and Kaiju Curling Crew.
And he's drawing against 1, 2, 3, 4.
Very nice draw on sheet D. Team D'Amico gets their point. Hard sweeping on sheet C right now.
Well, it's heavy, but they want to hit something and roll in, right?
Yes,
Drop
they
in,
need
yeah.
the
And
roll
they
in.
can't miss the. Oh, wow.
Oh, rolls too far. And that is going to be
Steal of
4 for
A steal.
Masahiro.
all right. Sheet D hasn't hung the score yet.
They got 1. They drew in and got their 1 point.
Sheet A is getting very dangerous.
And you're right.
for
Sheet
the
A
yellow
has
team.
2 rocks left. One of each color.
One of each color, but
yeah, it's very dangerous for yellow
yeah,
now
there's
because
5,
yeah, and
5 yellow,
and
5
red-
red.
6 if you
actually
count the biter.
6. We can't see it on the screen, I don't think,
Yeah.
but there is a biter way over on the left side of sheet A.
Yeah, but the yellow's got the stone halfway on the top 12.
Oh, that'll count the one on the side.
Right now,
But red also has hammer over there, so
So if yellow does not, or
They
it
need-
looks like they're going for a hit there.
they need to just draw into the middle of all
Draw
that.
between those two, right?
Somewhere, or draw back into
There's
that pocket.
backing
Limit
there.
the. I don't. You're not going to steal, but you can limit the damage.
I'm not necessarily disagreeing with the hit. Hear
Because
me-
they're
hear-
5,
Hear me out.
maybe 6.
Yeah, red is sitting 5. If you hit and flop over to the right,
You might even hit another one
Or you flop into that
bury-
pocket.
or you bury in there.
behind all those. Yeah.
But you at least get rid of one.
Yep. Yellow's
See what
last
we do.
rock coming up on sheet A.
Sweeping hard to try and curl it back.
And
Yep.
that's the danger, right? You
Hit the wrong side. He got one of the
You
reds
took one
out,
out.
but his own did not sit. Now, red
get,
still
get
got 4
greedy
with hammer.
and take that yellow out, or just draw another one.
I think you draw for your
I don't
4.
think.
Five.
Yeah, you
five.
just draw.
for your 5.
Full 12 foot gets you 5.
Now, if
I
you
wouldn't
were,
take any
If
risks.
you were sitting, if you were looking at an 8-ender, I would absolutely try that. But yeah, I would just draw for my 5.
Yeah, a couple of weeks ago, my opponent had 6 rocks in the house. I had none. But then he hogged his 7th. I ended up drawing for 1.
All right, back on our.
I
50
was
sheet.
saying I'm gonna give up a steal of 8. No, I'm not
no.
gonna do that. I'm gonna hit stuff.
Yeah,
but
that's never
then
gonna
he
happen.
helped me, and I could go back to normal strategy, not just don't give up an 8.
So back on our feature sheet.
A lot of guards up for the leads.
Mount Fu-Dei has.
They put their first
hammer
one in the
again.
house,
Put the first one in. They put us up
and their
with
second
center
one
guard.
center guard. It's a very, very high yellow guard at the very bottom of your screen, way out by the hog line, just barely made it over.
I don't even know.
Oh,
if
sheet A, they drew too heavy. They're only going to get 4, not 5.
Okay.
Only.
Only 4.
that yellow is. I think it's on the hog line, so it might have hit something that was already there. I don't know.
Could have been. It could have been.
It's hard to tell from this angle.
Could be that it hit one of the other yellow and
Yeah.
pushed it up.
A rock that doesn't completely clear the hog line is taken out of play, unless it hit the rock that was in play.
This is
We were all busy watching what was happening on sheet A. We weren't paying attention to sheet B at the time.
So Josh's front end does not agree with this call. He's trying to clear the center line out. Jackie really desperately wanted him to just draw another stone in the house.
pretty heavy throw by Freya.
Well, that guard and the shooter are gone now. Sheet C, a pair of rocks in the forefoot frozen together, with Masahiro trying to draw another one in there.
Yeah, it's going into the red. Just tap the red and stay
Just
right
tap
there.
the
Look at
red
that.
back
That's a
and
beautiful
stay.
shot. And, right
And they're
behind
under
the
a guard.
Yeah. Yeah, when you get the team that plays nationals, or at least two of the players play nationals, you can feel the difference because they can make shots that a lot of club players can't make or can't make very often.
I mean, we'd call that shot, but we wouldn't make it.
Occasionally we do, but to make it most of the time is really hard. Some debate here on sheet B about the call. Now Josh is calling the draw.
After Yinzilla put up another center line. Nope. Now he's going back.
Still taking out.
He's going back to peeling out.
That's part of Josh's strategy. He likes to have no guards that belong to your opponent.
Yes.
Sheet C, Kaiju Curling Crew put another red rock into the middle, might be sitting the second rock right now.
Freya moving 3 rocks there. 2 of them went out to play. The guard went off to the other side.
Well, the house is wide open now.
Yeah, Freya moved a lot of granite with that shot. She did open up shot rock, but to be honest, I don't think Josh really cares. It's behind the tee line anyway.
And it looks like they're not going to try and hit it. They're going to try and
Zach's
freeze
trying
to it.
Freeze is always a hard shot because you have to have the line and the weight perfect.
Okay. He's looking for, what is it, about 5 feet of curl?
Something like that, yeah.
Sheet C, Masahiro cleared guard and rolled over and stuck around as a biter on the left side of the sheet. So now that big pile of rocks is exposed with no guards.
And Dan's trying to put
Dan's trying to put another one on top of it.
right on top of his red.
Maybe tap his red back in a foot.
I'm not sure if that works.
I don't know. He called the draw. He tapped his broom on the ice right in front of there.
And it's going. Alan's shot is getting very close to where he wants it. Because it's a little bit heavy, so it's going to move some yellow granite there. Their shot now.
Are they? That yellow might be still closer. It's very close. Hard to tell from the overhead view.
Over on sheet B, Josh asked Leena for a control weight hit. She looks a little wide, so they're going to peel it off the other way.
Ooh.
Almost ended up.
Yeah, just missed
theirs.
jamming it.
Does flop to the right-hand side. His second shot, so
Another chance for
that bad.
Yinzilla to freeze.
This is how you secretly stack up a lot of points, though.
Yeah, with your hit and rolls.
Start
That
looking at the rolls, sitting
start
on the
rolling
outside.
rolling open, nobody cares, and in the end you find out you have like 4 or 5 rocks that you have to draw against. That Navy guy looks like he's a new player because he doesn't have curling shoes. He's using a step-on slider.
And Yinzilla's shot was a little wide and a little heavy. Went out the back of the house. No contact with shot stone.
A chance to put another one up front,
Yeah,
protect
top-
the shot rock.
Top 12.
Sheet C, a really hard hit for Masahiro Ito, but ended up just clearing their own out and leaves Kaiju's redstone right on the button. Looks like they're going to try and guard that up.
Yeah, still enough rocks to play that you have to protect what you have.
stones are starting to carry a little bit here on sheet B at least. I mean, the sweepers thought that was top 12, and it slid into the almost touching 4 feet.
That's something that I've been feeling here lately is that the rocks are traveling a lot. And I can't throw a draw and I can't throw a guard. It's always through.
It's the rock's fault, though, right?
Yeah, of course, first you blame the ice. Second, you blame the rocks. Third, you blame your skip.
Exactly.
Wait, if I'm the skip, who do I blame? Oh,
You
I
blame the
my
sweepers.
sweepers.
Got to
The
blame the
sweepers,
sweepers.
Yeah, blame the sweepers. All right. Yinzilla down with their first of their skip stones. Just asking for a draw down onto that shot.
I think he's trying to draw between the two
Yeah.
reds, right?
Yep, needs to draw in that
It's
pocket.
a little
right
heavy.
there. Yeah, the sweepers motion back line are out of his hand, so
If they get the curl, they might get the back rock.
Over on sheet D, they're up to Skip's rocks, and every single rock, I think, is still in play.
That's a very
They have
busy
8 in the house and 4 up front as guards.
Meanwhile, the Adams family is scoring only 1.
They're only scoring 1 out of all of that. Very hard to get another.
that shot came to rest in the back 4, right at the edge of the back 4, back 8.
And
Josh is just going to
they're
hit
immediately lined up to hit it.
it.
Didn't even have to think about it.
Hit it and roll out. Probably that's probably what
Roll
he
to the
wants.
outside, yeah. Yeah, you don't want to leave a pocket there for a freeze. It's curling early,
Well, it's gonna
so he is
overcurl.
going to be leaving a rock in the 4-foot.
No, it's going to flop to the other side. Oh. Yeah. All right. Well, he gave him a get out of jail free card. They just got to sit down in there now.
They can draw into the middle, but Yinzilla does not have hammer here. If they're short,
Oh, they do have hammer.
no, there's
no,
one
Josh.
more red rock
Oh,
down
okay.
here in front of us.
Oh, yeah, they scored 1.
So if they leave this hanging out where Josh can hit it, could be a big end.
Now, for some reason, he's chosen to give more ice this time. The room's another 6 inches out further than what it was last shot.
Trusting his sweepers.
Sheet C also up to
He pitched
Skip's
it in,
rocks.
so
I don't think it's that light. I guess it is. It's just going to be a front.
They're sweeping hard to try and outcount it. Oh, can they get in?
It's the shot rock now.
For the moment.
basically Josh just has to throw the same thing he just threw and just over curl just a hair. Shoot the yellow out to the right. Shoot or flop in. And he could be looking at 5.
Now you want to flop in.
Yeah.
Because if you flop out, you're going to be sending that yellow right into your rocks in the back.
Jamie Belafontaine is out. He's trying to do some box shenanigans.
Looking for the doubles. A little bit narrow there.
You heard
Sheet
Leena
C.
You hear Leena say that he got to go. And Freya held it on.
Is it going to stay? It is going to
Going
stay. Big
It's a
end, 5.
ender, yeah. That's Josh comes back, steely cold eyes. Not even a smile.
The Rachel Homan of Potomac Curling Club.
Sheet C, Kaiju currently shot rock.
At this
But
point,
they do-
Scott's going to throw
they
a
do have
torpedo
hammer.
there.
Yes.
At this point, unfortunately,
And
Josh is not going to let Yinzilla build in anymore. Up 8-1. Josh is just going to keep it clean. He's going to put everything in the house and hit everything he can.
Did he call a draw or through?
He called a draw into the center, top 4.
Yeah, keep putting rocks in their house.
That's
That
a nice
was a
double.
good shot. Yeah, it's a double. Where's the box?
so now yellow sitting 2 after that on sheet C. Over on sheet D, they still have not taken any rocks out of play. The rocks are continuing to build up. This is yellow, Team D'Amico's last rock of the end, trying to sneak around. They get around the guard. Can they get it down to the button? Sweeping hard. Oh.
That curled hard.
Oh, very close. That might be a measurement after the end. They are definitely playing the draw game over there. Hammer shot coming up for Adams' family, but they're going to talk about it now that yellow might be. No, it looks like red is still closer from the overhead view. Hard to tell, though.
Let's see what Michael Dunnam decides to do here.
Final stone of the end on sheet C now for Skip Dan Kennedy and the Kaiju curling
to
crew.
go with a flat double there. They need the points.
If he can get it, he could get 2 points. Let's see what happens. Sweeping. Oh, sweeper's on it already.
That's not
right away, trying to curl
That's
it.
not going to take a double.
Maybe he can.
And
He's
Michael
outside.
Dunnam is throwing his last stone away on sheet D.
Yeah, they threw the
Curled-
last one
curled
away.
it towards the wall. So
That's going to be 1 point for Adams' family on sheet D. And he got a hit, but did he score? I didn't see what happened with this sheet C. Did they get the point? Or did it roll?
Red setting up to throw, so yes, he did get the point.
Good. They're on the scoreboard. No shutouts on any of our sheets.
all right. On sheet B, our feature sheet, much to my surprise, Josh set up a traditional end. Put a stone in the button and then put up a
By
guard.
mistake or
I don't
on
think
purpose?
so. I think he's doing it on purpose.
But he put the rock in the house first.
Put the
right?
rock in the house first. And then I think yellow flashed
Oh.
and then he put up a guard. So yellow was putting a corner guard up and they came up short.
So now Josh is going to start piling red rocks in the house.
Over on sheet C, their center guard came up a little high, but still on the center line.
Still touching the center line.
On sheet B, Freya is throwing her stone in, trying to draw down to the button. The sweepers thinks it's light. I'm hearing top 8.
On C, Jennifer trying to draw behind that guard.
Sheet A, we're up to Skip's last rocks. This is not the Hammerstone on A, but the last for red and Mecha Guardzilla. They're currently sitting 3, trying to draw another one in.
So Jennifer and Paul are both part of Diamond State. Maybe they're dual memberships between Diamond State and Philadelphia. But I mean, they've curled here a lot, so you know, I don't know how they got hooked up with Scott.
Trying to sweep hard to go around that yellow rock. I think they're on
sheet
the
C,
rock.
are they going to?
Oh,
Oh, they
yeah.
just glanced off it.
On B, that was a very nice shot for yellow.
Yeah.
Josh is going to look at that. Josh is a very good. Josh's team is a very good hitting team. So if there are 2 shots that are pretty equivalent, I think he's going to go with the hit one. He's going with backline weight just to hit that on the inside.
Try to get on the inside, yeah.
Make sure that you're on the inside, right? Because you could hit the inside with bumper weight or even a little more than bumper, but he wants to make sure that he takes that on the inside. He's not too worried about the yellow not going out of play, because having 3 red rocks in front of a yellow rock, that yellow rock is just an invitation to jam into it.
Hammer shot on sheet A right now, if
Sheet
you're
A,
watching
hammer
that
shot,
feed.
Yeah.
They
Navy's
were
coming in, and
They set the broom like they're
shooting
trying to
against
draw, but that's really
they're
wide.
shooting against a lot of red.
Yeah, it's getting very close to the wall there.
I
If
think
you
he
can
threw
get
it
that
wide.
yellow, well, it's not heavy enough to get that yellow and roll in.
Yeah, and it's, well, it's starting to move back.
Well, Freya's going to hit the outside of the rock.
They're not going to score, but can they cut it down? Nope, looks
Just
like
completely
3
fine.
red for Mecha
Not the-
Godzilla.
Not a bad outcome here on B. Not what they wanted, but now there are two red rocks. One is protected by the other.
And more importantly, the 1 red is in front of the T-line, which is better than where they were.
I think you have to just hit it slightly on the inside. Try to get the double or try to get the roll. Yeah, that's the shot. If you don't get the back one, that's fine.
Yeah, the back one's not super critical right now.
You just want to be behind that guard. It's
Shot
probably
looks-
about hack weight.
It's curling hard.
They're sweeping hard on it,
It's
too.
looks like this is gonna overcurl.
They were trying,
It's
yeah, they were
also
trying
li-
to keep
yeah,
it straight.
it's also a little bit slow. It's not backline
Maybe
weight.
it's just a straight draw.
It's going to end up being a straight draw. I thought it was heavy. It wasn't. But now it's protected by that guard.
That's a pretty good shot. I like that. Josh puts the guard up and then immediately is running it back. I like it. I was kind of wondering why he put the guard up to begin with. If you're up by 7, I don't know why you would want a guard. So he's asking Leena to run the guard back, straight back. She's tight.
Freya's sweeping hard to try and keep
It's
it
just
on
gonna
line.
It's
Yeah,
gonna
it's
be a
just
It's
going to
gonna
peel the
peel.
guard. Yep. Which is like a secondary result, but still a good
Successful
shot.
plan B. We're on sheet C. The draw came up a little bit short.
Now Zach's trying to look for some really strange shots. He was looking at some hit, tapping his into the back red. But he's just trying to put the guard up in front of that yellow. Problem is, if the guard is too close, then it's an easy double. Very nice shot on sheet C, a draw that bites the button behind cover. And on sheet B, they were trying to protect that yellow rock.
Is it gonna? Oh, it doesn't
It's
quite
not-
get there.
Yeah, it's not under cover, but it's not a hard double either.
Looks like Josh is trying to decide if he wants the double. Yes, he does.
Yeah, but he needs that back yellow to go out between the two reds.
Yeah,
so
he needs to really hit that right on the nose to pop the yellow diagonally back. If he runs that yellow back and pop that one that way and that one that way. Let's see if it
Leena
works.
throwing a pretty heavy takeout. I think one of the yellows is going to have to stay.
Oh, he jammed his own.
That's okay.
The yellow's still out the back.
It was behind the 12, behind the T-line.
And got the biter there, too.
Yeah, the shooter did bite at the far left, which is a good thing. So.
Zach's going to try to guard again, even though he's not
Down
shot
by
now.
7. Would you guard again, or would you try and put another one into the 4 foot?
I personally would hit and flop to the right.
hit and flop away from your own rock.
Oh, hit the.
And that way then you're playing a hit game in the center. Hit.
To get at least your 2, right?
Yeah.
That's not a guard.
That's coming a little wide and a little heavy to be a guard.
And it's not the nose freeze, which would also be not too bad.
Yeah, the corner free. Well, it's not frozen, but it's may as well be.
Yeah, it's close enough. They say that you need at least, if you have less than 6 inches, it's pretty much a freeze.
Yeah, but with it being corner frozen like that, if Josh hits it off center towards
Yeah,
the
he
center
can move
line,
both.
He can get both.
He'll get them both.
Or at least get one of the yellows close to being out there behind that red biter. On sheet C, yellow has already 3 rocks in the house.
All the guards are gone, though.
And I think Cody's trying to draw behind that red rock on the side there.
Josh is
Skips
not
first
gonna-
rock on sheet C.
He's going to nose
He's
that.
going to nose it directly. He's not going to get over.
So
Yellow
moves one of the
stays in
yellows out,
play.
but the other one stays.
Leena,
Now you have to forget that that yellow exists.
yeah. Leena had that scrunchy face again.
Now hit the red.
Hit
and
the
flop.
red, hit the red, then flop, but outcount the other red.
Yes.
He's looking at the draw. The draw is not very
You
good.
can't flop very far. Maybe do you nose hit it so that you make sure you don't roll out? The nose hit, you'd still outcount that red.
Yeah, the nose is not bad. But he's looking at the draw.
Sheet C, Kaiju Curling Crew now up against 4 rocks in the house. They're up to Skip's rocks, but both Skips have 2 rocks to throw. They're looking to hit at least 1, hopefully 2 out with this rock.
That's an easy triple there.
Easy triple.
Easy for you?
Easy triple.
Now, the flat one makes it very hard. If it was your shooter, yeah, you could do it double with the flats, but using the yellow, that
How
yellow
do
is
you
going to
do
stay
it?
right there.
Yeah, you get that one and that one off. Your shooter there, maybe your shooter
No, it's got to
comes
be a lot
down
flatter
here.
than that. No.
Yeah, I
No,
don't see it.
It's got to be a lot flatter than that. Zach coming up with his attempt to draw behind on sheet B.
The sweepers think he's light.
He's not heavy. And he wants to be behind those rocks, but it's not curling a lot.
Kaiju Curling Crew does get the double on sheet C.
Get the rub.
Not the triple that you
no rub.
wanted.
Oh, I guess
I was hoping
maybe
for
they're
the
playing
rub.
For a rub, yeah.
Oh,
No, she was sweeping on the outside of that rock.
still
She should have
full-
changed to sweep on the inside and get the rub, and then
Yeah.
they would have that rock right behind there.
Looks like red's sitting 1 now. I think that yellow rock went a little too far in the back.
What's the call for Josh's rock? He
He's
wants
gonna
to hit
come
the
down
back
on it.
one?
Yeah, he's going to come down on that back one.
Come down through the port and hit the back
I
yellow.
think just like backline bumper, backline hack kind of weight.
They're set up for 2 feet of curl, maybe. Yeah, back line.
It's a little bit light for that, but I think he's going to get to it.
They're saying backline. Looks like it's going to over curl, but they're sweeping for curl. So.
He got it.
And flopped over. Which
And
is
his
good. He
red
didn't
is gonna
didn't get
stay
anything
in.
Now, Zach just needs to hit and stick or flop a little bit to the inside.
Yep, this is the hammer rock for them coming up.
He just touches his chest, which is that their sign for control?
He's saying, I love this shot.
I love this shot.
I think that's control, yes.
I mean, she's about she's got the broom about a rock's width off, which is
it's good for control. But he wants to hit it on the inside.
Yeah, and for those people who do not know what control is, if you're not a big curler, control is between bumper, so in between bumper, which is the back of the ice, and basically the warm room. So somewhere back in there, that's control. So.
Meaning if the rock doesn't hit anything, that's where it would end up.
Yeah.
So this is going to hit, but it's going to flop to the outside. So he's going to end up
hits
with
the wrong way.
They're only going to take one.
One for Yinzilla.
So the issue is that they're making mistakes at the end, and they're leaving rocks, points that would not be too hard.
Yeah.
And
Sheet C, we're up to Skip's last rocks. This is not the final rock of the end, but it's Red's last rock of the end for Kaiju Curling Crew.
what's Dan Kennedy trying to do here?
Looks like he's drawing based on where Alan's got the broom.
He's got one rock way out on the edge of the 12-foot, drawing against two yellows.
Trying to freeze onto that
Looks
yellow?
like he's trying to freeze onto the back yellow, but they're sweeping hard. I don't know if that's got the weight.
It's
and
a lot. It's curling a lot.
It's curling a lot too far, too, to be useful. They've given up on it. That rock really curled a lot off to the side. And now Scott Dunnam just needs to draw to the middle to get three.
Yeah, he's calling a draw across the middle. Drawing to the other side. At this point, you just pick the line that you know well and try to get the right weight there. Jackie throwing her first rock on this fifth end here on sheet B. Trying to get it in the house. No guards are good for Team Red now.
Over on sheets A and D, a lot of rocks in play again for both teams.
And it goes right through. They like rocks in play.
They do. It's been a draw game for them. There's a few rocks out of play on sheet D this time. They did hit a few out, but still a lot in the house. Red sitting 1 on sheet D. Red sitting 5 over on sheet A.
Yeah. Looks like every time the Navy skip comes up for his final shot here, he's looking at 4 and 5 rocks at a time.
So this isn't his final shot. This is his first skips rock on sheet A.
So he's trying to draw between those reds, but there's a yellow there. What's he trying to do there?
Maybe draw through the center port?
Draw between the yellows across the two reds up front? I don't know.
I don't know. All right. On feature sheet B, Josh has asked Jackie to draw to the wings once again. No guard, but he does want it in the house, but he wants it on the wing.
Ended up hitting his guard there on sheet A. So now red is going to try to put another one in there.
Sheet D, hammer rock coming for yellow and Team D'Amico. Red's currently sitting 2. They're trying to get one, throwing it pretty hard. Coming down, trying to just move those reds out and stick. And they will stick for 1 point for Team D'Amico on sheet D.
That's the game that's still close.
It's a high-scoring game over there. 3-2 after 4 ends.
3-2 with about 12 rocks in play at the end of every end.
All right, on sheet B, We had a successful center guard for yellow, and then one.
Draw to the back 4.
one
And then a
behind
draw
it.
behind, right? But
But-
it's in the back.
Yeah, we're at 6 stones now, so he's gonna ask
Josh
Freya to
immediately going to peel the guard.
peel the guard off. At this point,
Continuing the theme of this game that Josh hates guards.
well, at this point, center line guards are your
Oh, no.
your opponent.
Well, there's going to be a center line guard there.
Oh,
But
we got
yet-
the double.
But got the double, which is
Box.
a very good outcome. Where's the box?
Where's the box?
He said something between the 4th and the 8th end. Maybe he hasn't started with the box yet.
Skips Rock coming up on sheet A now. They're lining up. They just need to get something into the 4-foot.
Sheet B, the call is a draw behind the center guard.
Looks like a good shot. You got to sweep that so you're not in the open. Now you got to stop sweeping. Okay.
Okay.
You're not shot, but at least you're behind cover, and Josh is going to have to
He's
do
going to run that
to
guard
peel
back.
his own rock.
So it's either run back or it's the peel of shame. Peel of shame, of course, being when you have to peel off your own stone. This is going to be a straight peel.
That's going to be peel, right? That's not the run back. Yeah, it's going to be the run back.
Yep, he got the run back.
But again, he leaves a guard up there.
Still got a guard on the center line.
Sheet A, the draw's a little bit heavy, slips through the back. Looks like red gets 4 more.
Again, drawing behind.
Looks
but
like it's
now
going to
be
over curl.
exposed, right? So do you
Yeah. I think I would still just take the
take the guard out?
off.
You can come on the other side, and then if you're wide, you can still hit the yellow.
Well, that's what he's actually calling. He's actually calling the run back.
Yep.
He's calling the run back.
Why not? It's worked twice in a row for him.
Little positive push there at the end.
Sheet C, they got the 1 yellow rock out. They almost, it just slipped an inch past getting the double.
And just a peel
Straight
here,
peel,
leaving the
yeah.
yellow there. I think you hit the red. It's far away enough that it makes the double very hard.
Well, it depends on what you're trying to do, right? I mean, if you hit the red, then you're going for the force. Try to force Josh to draw 1 at the end.
It's going to flop out. Leena tried to hit that. Got contact, but not enough to take it out of play.
Just pushed it back a little bit. Looks like it's out counting the red now. We're up to Skip's rocks now.
Zach trying to hit that red and probably stay around that area.
Yeah.
A nose hit would be very good.
Sheet C, they're trying to draw another rock into the house. They get it just past that red rock. It's going to slip behind T. Doesn't get under cover. It's open for the hit, which is what Dan Kennedy looks at right away to line up.
Zach got the hit and almost got to roll behind his own rock. Josh looking at double options now.
Just make one go away. Just make one go away. That's all you got to do. You don't have to get
The front one,
fancy.
so you have a path to your 1 point at the end.
So bonspiels like this, they take a lot of effort to put on, a lot of volunteer time.
This is an all-volunteer club. There's a lot of people working here tonight to make this happen.
We have a kitchen crew that provides meals, all meals for the people competing.
We have an excellent kitchen crew.
We have the
Potomac's really known for the food at our bonspiels. We go all out for the cooking really delicious meals here.
The bar, always well served.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying something from the bar right now, in fact. We have
Josh going for the hit there.
Excellent volunteer ice crew here today, too, and always.
And the organizers.
Okay, straight run. Got the one. That's all you needed to do. Didn't need to be too fancy. So we do have some awesome volunteers. We have awesome ice crew, awesome kitchen crew, warm room staff.
The broadcasters.
Of course, the broadcasters.
But
you can't forget them.
Can't be successful without sponsors. And we are lucky. We are sponsored. This particular bonspiel is being sponsored by Realm One. So in the Washington metro area, it's we have a lot of government work here, a lot of government contractors, a lot of government staff who actually members of this club, myself included. But this bonspiel is being sponsored by Realm One. Realm One, they're known for bringing mission-focused expertise to the national security arena.
Thank you to Realm One.
Thank you for sponsoring this bonspiel. For those who don't know, we have a prize this year for the A event winners. We have 4 custom-skinned gold-lined brooms with a wrap that was custom designed by Emma Miskew.
They're very nice. They're light blue. They've got a cherry blossom on them, kind of like Team D's jackets. Kind of that same cherry blossom pattern with a light blue wrap.
Yeah. Well, the club, historically our club had colors that were, red.
Red, white, and blue
blue
being at the nation's capital.
And but a couple of years ago when we had a new pins redesigned, we went with the cherry blossom theme on the pins. And teams are starting to sport the cherry blossom theme on their outfits. And
the Cherry Blossom Bonspiel is our signature event here. It's what we're kind of known for, so it makes sense.
So
Josh trying to hit the back yellow rock, trying to score 1 here. There's
This
a
is
way
the
for him
hammer stone.
to score more than 1.
he's gonna, if he hits anything, he's gonna flop out.
Just hits it enough to flop out. And
So a
So give
steal
up a
of
steal
of
of
one.
1, which is okay. I mean, he's not going to be happy with it, but it's completely fine. He's got that look of frustration on his face now.
It's a safe shot.
Yes. So, the score on sheet B after 5 ends is now 8-3.
Looking at sheet C, Kaiju's got 1 on the button, and they're throwing next. Masahiro Ito's got 1 frozen to them, though. They're talking about what they want to do here.
Allen's asking for a guard. Puts the broom down, doesn't even hesitate.
We do have the one sponsor here tonight that we called out, but if anybody else listening is high up in a business or maybe owns a small business, there are other sponsorship opportunities here at the club. You can find them at curldc.org.
We are getting ready to do a major capital improvement effort as soon as the season shuts down this year.
Yes, we're going to come back to beautiful new floor out there, some warm room enhancements in the windows and the walls.
So
takes a lot of money, though.
Yeah, so the floor that's out there it's a beautiful white floor. It looks awesome, but underneath there it's a sand base. So it's got chilling tubes run through a sand layer of sand, and it's a very good solution, but it's very labor intensive to put in. It takes us probably 3 to 3.5 good weeks at the beginning of the season to put the ice in, and it's a lot of manual labor. So our goal this summer is to pull the sand out, put in a concrete floor, and go with a system called Ice Grid, which sits on top of the concrete, and have that as our new system next year. We'll have the same chiller and everything else, but the new Ice Grid system and the new concrete floor on top underneath it.
So we all come back to play in October next fall.
The ice will look a lot different because you can see the grid through the ice.
So I've played. I went to Mayfield this year, played at a club that has this Ice Grid system. What you learn is you start to use it as a crutch.
You see when the rock starts to curl.
Exactly. You can see lines in the ice, so you can actually use them as reference points. So
I will take any crutch I can get when I'm skipping.
But the big goal is when the new system's installed, is we should be able to go from basically turning the chiller on to having competition level ice in a week.
That's a beautiful shot on sheet B for Josh's
team. He set up the corner guard with the first rock and then just went right behind it with the second rock.
Yellow's centerline guard was off the center line, but they're going to call in the draw behind it. This one looks heavy. Looks like he's going to come to either back house or out the back.
Yeah, the problem is they really needed it to curl a little bit more, but they were afraid to sweep it because it would be too far back.
Sheet C, they've traded rocks since the last time I said anything, but the situation is exactly the same. Red right on the button, yellow corner frozen to it. This is the last rock of the end for Kaiju Curling Crew.
And
they're going to try and
for Dan to draw around, maybe a slight tap on that red. I don't know if they can outcount the yellow, even if they hit that red.
It would have to be a very slight tap.
Sheet B, they just did a straight peel on that one yellow guard that was out front of the house.
Which is exactly what Josh called for. Zach trying to put that guard back up.
And they didn't get the draw on sheet C, so it looks like they scored 1.
On sheet B, the yellow guard doesn't completely cover the shot rock, but covered enough that Josh is just going to ask him to peel it off.
Sheets A and D are up to skips rocks, and they are both continuing to play the draw game. Lots of rocks in play on both sheets. Last rock for yellow on sheet D, but red has hammer. We're on the first skips rocks over on sheet A.
Effective peel of the guard, forcing Zach to put it back again.
His broom head is probably the brightest broom head I've ever seen.
Who?
Zach, the skip here for
Zach's
Yinzilla.
broom head? What
It's
is
like
it?
this neon pink.
I've played with neon green for a long time.
I have neon green on right now.
No, you're wearing a blue shirt.
Haha.
So Yinzilla's just asking for the guard.
It's a little
again.
heavy for a guard.
They're going to try and trade guard, hit, guard, hit, guard, hit for the rest of the end.
Got to curl that to
Yeah.
protect the shot rock.
It's not going to come over enough,
Yeah, that's...
and it's going to end up in the house because they had to sweep it.
Yeah, too heavy and too close to the rock. That's going to give them a
Josh is
double opportunity.
just has to hit it on the inside and get rid of both. That sheet D is always very busy.
It's a very interesting game. I've been watching it half the time.
I guess if it's not broke, you know.
Keep playing your draw
Yeah.
game.
Yeah, red has the hammer coming up right now. Last shot of the end coming up. Yellow currently sitting 1, and they're talking about a draw or tap. To,
On sheet B, Leena set it up just a hair.
and
But she
there
did
is
get
the
the double.
double on sheet B that we predicted.
Now it makes for an interesting decision by Zach. Do you hit and try to roll all the way across? You have to hit it, but what happens after that?
On sheet C,
He's trying the flat double.
on
You
sheet
need
C,
a lot of weight
Kaiju's-
to get that flat double.
Kaiju set up double guards on the right side of the sheet.
Let's see Wenjun's shot. Weight's good. Starting to curl. You need someone to sweep your roll. Or not.
Not
That's a
bad
very
shot.
nice shot.
Over on sheet C, on sheet D, the final rock missed, and it's going to be yellow 1.
Now the thing is, if you hit it on the inside of that yellow rock, then it might hit your red out.
Yeah.
Josh is not worried. He can hit any of those rocks and it's still an okay shot. Even if Leena doesn't do exactly what he wants. I think
Well,
you knows
skip's,
it.
that's a skip's trick, you know, when they tap the front guard and you say if you flop in. That's basically just saying, like, you know, if you miss the shot, it's all right.
Yeah.
But the skip really doesn't want you to miss the shot.
Well, look at what's happening to that rock.
This looks a little wide.
I think it's still on the yellow,
It's gonna hit the outside red, but
the yellow is going out of play.
Over on
So is
sheet
the red.
A,
Or not.
final rock of the end, thrown a little bit wide. They didn't get the run back they wanted. It's going to be 2 more for red on sheet A.
Zach's looking for a hit on that rock all the way in the back. You would hide
I would
behind.
draw behind this guard
Yeah.
over here.
That would be my shot too. You need points, right? To play for your
Yeah.
1 or 2 doesn't help you. You really have to get the big points. Nice double peel on sheet C.
Watching Cody sweep. It's like he's cheating.
You can move that rock like 8 or 10 inches or more.
Yeah, he's gonna hit this and flop out. I think.
Oh.
He completely flashes it.
Did not come
Josh
back in
does
at the
not
last minute.
hesitate. puts the broom down for a draw. It's behind the guard on the other side of the house.
A draw by Alan MacNeill on sheet C. It's behind the T line.
But
and
it's
it's
open.
not
Wide open.
undercover.
Didn't get under the guard.
You can't, well, right now it's Paul's rock.
Yeah.
Is Paul playing third? No, second? Paul's playing second.
They're still on second rocks. They were quite a bit behind sheet B.
This looks heavy.
Trying to get that little rub there, maybe. And now it's pretty good. It's going to be back, but not through.
Oh. Nope, can't sweep it far enough.
So Josh ends up sitting 2.
This will be the last rock for Yinzilla coming up.
And
Josh still has hammer, though.
Zach really has nowhere to go other than to freeze down on that stone that Josh just threw.
Yeah, just something between those two reds.
On sheet C, they're just trading hits in the 4-foot. Oh, they got the roll. They got the roll on that hit.
Though. Didn't roll.
No,
quite
it's
far enough,
they'll still be able to get to it.
Yeah, it's Cody throwing, right?
Yes, but that also means Cody's not sweeping it for curl.
That would be well defended if I was throwing it.
Yeah, and Scott doesn't sweep, right? He can sweep, but he doesn't.
They're
That's what
set
he has
up.
brothers. That's what he has brothers for.
When he plays with Andy. That yellow coming towards the, on sheet B, coming towards the back red. You got to sweep that to get it behind, or is that the
It's
last rock?
behind, but is it going to over curl?
No, it's
Nope.
a good shot.
Okay, it's behind. It's shot rock right now, and Team Mount Fu-Dei will have the last shot of the end coming up.
And Josh has enough points that he can take the luxury of trying to run it back and try to score 2 or 3. In a tight game, you would probably end up having to draw to the
Draw
center.
for your one. I don't disagree with this shot. I would do the run back.
It's a good shot. But it's a good shot because he has 5 points difference there.
Over on sheet C, that red rock is not a hit.
Sailed through.
Sailed through, just barely past back line.
Incoming Josh's rock on sheet B. And it's
1 or
it's
2?
1. It's 1. Leena touched it. It's not the measure anymore because she touched it.
Yeah, she touched it. Maybe she didn't. Maybe she just
No,
put her
she
foot next to
definitely
it.
moved it. She definitely put her foot on it and moved it.
And it's game over anyway.
Whatever it was,
I
it
think
doesn't
the-
matter. They're shaking hands.
I was gonna say Leena did put her foot on it. She did touch the stone, so it would technically it's out of place.
I'm going to give them 1 on the scoreboard. And
All right. So Mount Fu-Dei
they move on in the A event.
on.
And we'll see Yinzilla tomorrow in the B event.
So shifting focus over onto sheet C. Kanji curling crew here.
There's a lot of yellow rocks in play. Only 1 yellow rock in the house, though.
This is Dan Kennedy's first of his skip stones. He needs to really get in there and hide somewhere.
Or freeze onto that yellow. And when you play with a stick curler that throws with a stick, the rock behaves different. And you have to get used to that. Is it coming a little heavy into the yellow?
It looks pretty good.
The weight looks good, but I think it's going to need some sweeping for weight.
Yeah, it needs.
It's
It's a little bit light. It's
crashing
going to
the yellow
crash the yellow guard.
Oh, he crashed the
Nope,
red
crashed the
guard.
red guard. I thought it was around the red guard.
Wow.
So Scott's just calling for another draw in. Put another stone in play in the house here.
And Jennifer holding the broom. Scott's last rock on this end.
No, he has one more.
Oh,
after
he has
this.
one more?
He has hammer.
They have hammer.
Oh, yeah, I see it now.
Red did score that
It's a
one
little bit on
point
the
in the
narrow
last end.
side there, but with Cody sweeping, that can run real straight.
Yeah, they're calling top 12.
So he's
They
just
don't-
protecting
They
the
don't
shot
want
rock.
it to be deep. They don't want to give anything where Dan can come sit on it.
That's a very nice shot.
Just into the 12-foot.
Now, Dan can draw to the button and be behind it. That draw path is open.
Sheet D is not deviated. They continue to have a lot of stones in play.
They've got a few hits over on sheet D this end.
But that's a very nice guard to protect those two yellows. Only one of each is counting there.
So I will tell you that having played Andy Dunnam and Scott Dunnam and Michael Dunnam, the apple does not fall far from the tree. They are all three hitters. So it is probably very frustrating to Michael in this game to play this kind of, draw-heavy game with a lot of clutter.
It's been entertaining to watch, though.
Yeah, gotta sweep hard that rock, Dan's rock. Trying to go around that yellow.
He's around the yellow.
Very nice.
Now just trying to
very
push
nice.
it under.
To outcount the yellow.
Doesn't
and it
outcount the yellow, no, but it does get down to
Very
the
nice
4
shot.
foot.
Now Scott's going to do immediate. He's going to run back. I mean, there's no question that's what he's going to call as a run back.
I would take my one, but he's gonna go run back.
So Jennifer's broom in the stone, right on the center of the stone.
That's gonna be a torpedo.
And he's probably in his mind saying, "I'm going to throw something that's like back 12, and let Cody just sweep the heck out of it." I mean, that's just the way that people think at that level. Like you can hold anything straight as an arrow if you want.
Yeah,
See,
it's
this
not
isn't-
heavy.
This isn't a ton of weight. That's what I'm saying. And Cody is just.
Just keeping it straight. And a perfect shot.
Yeah.
And
that's
Two more for
handshakes.
yellow, and they'll shake
That's
hands.
handshakes.
So win for the Masahiro Ito's greatest fan club. Scott Dunnam, Cody Clouser, Jennifer Ying, and Paul Saindon. Must be hard that you go to Bonspiel and your first game is against a team of this caliber.
Yeah. Well, I played Cherry Blossom 3 years ago. My first game was against Scott Dunnam.
Yeah,
And,
2 weeks ago I went to Plainfield and I looked at the schedule and our first game was going to be against Scott Dunnam. And
Yeah.
somehow it got changed and we ended up not playing them. They won the Bonspiel.
You were going to have to play.
We lost to the team that lost
Yeah.
the final to them.
And my argument, people, when we got them in the first draw a couple years ago, I was like, well, if we're going to play in the A event final, we're going to play them anyway. So
You can lose to them in the final,
you
or you
lose to
can
them in
lose
the
to
first
them
game, you
and
lose the
have a
final, it
chance
doesn't
to
matter.
win the B event. Did you win the B event?
no, I think we ended up dropping into the C, and we won the C event.
All right, sheets B and C are both over. We're going to close out that that stream. We'll see those. If you're watching BC, we'll see you tomorrow morning. When is our first draw tomorrow? Is it 8 a.m. or I think it's early. I won't be here.
I won't be here either. But
I think the
will
first
be back
draw
on
is at
Saturday.
8 a.m. It's already posted on
Yeah.
YouTube. So
So we'll see those people tomorrow, and we'll continue watching sheets A and D if you're watching that stream. Those games are still very, sheet D is very competitive.
Sheet A is a runaway for the team in red. The team
that's the team from Triangle,
Triangle.
who are
Mecha